My name is Dennis, and for the last 2 years, I've been sending emails for myself and other school creators. I counted the other day, and it's 1024 warm emails. And here are the 15 lessons I learned from all of them. 1. Silence is more spammy than frequent emails. When I was vanishing from my list, then it's suddenly reappearing with a promo, I used to get a huge spike of unsubscribers. And I used to think that it's happening because I pushed my offer too much or maybe it just sucked. But in reality, it's because I just disappeared for a while, then showed up like a stranger holding a card reader and asking them, hey, go and buy my course. You probably don't know me, don't remember me, but why wouldn't you, right? People don't remember what they had to launch 3 days ago. They definitely don't remember opting into your list a month ago. So once you email once in a blue moon, it feels like spam, even though the content that you're sending is good. Frequent and expected emails feel safer rather than rare and out of nowhere ones. 2. Subject lines don't make people open, your last 10 emails do. I was obsessed thinking I need a better hook, I need a better curiosity angle, I need a better emoji, and yeah, sure, those things help. But before they even read your subject line, they've already made 90% of the decision whether they want to open or not open the email based on who is emailing them. Because they remember how the last 10 felt. Were they actually useful or just noise? Did you respect their time or just wasted it? And did they feel like a human talking to them? If the last 10 were good, you can write almost everything you want in the subject line and they would still open. But if the last 10 were bad, you can write the best subject lines in the world and they still would ignore you. So before you beat yourself up over the one line at the top, fix the 10 that came before it. And that's how you actually move your open rates, by changing how people remember you, not by just bolting a fancy subject line over an average email. 3. Familiarity builds unfair trust. Simply by having your name pops up in their notifications over and over builds trust, even if they never click. Robert Cialdini calls it the mere exposure effect. The more we see someone, even without interacting, the more we tend to like and trust them. And that's what your emails do. Every time your name pops in their notification, people feel a tiny bit more that they know you. Do that for a while and it'll compound. And that familiarity alone can lift responsiveness before you touch and start doing any tactics. 4. Automation is leverage after you've eaten dirt manually. I lost months of work only because I was thinking I have to build the entire email machine before I launch anything. Perfect school setup, every lead magnet, every email, every flow, every path, every what if. And that belief alone will kill more businesses than bad funnels will. Because what's really happening is this. You sit there building something nobody needs and nobody asked for. You get overwhelmed by all the pieces, and because it's never done, you never send, you never learn, and you never launch. And that's not even the worst part. Let's say you actually follow through, build the entire thing, and launch. 9 out of 10 times, you won't use most of the stuff that you've constructed. You'll either need to write more emails and add more stuff to it, or you'll have to change the stuff that you've wrote. And please don't ask me how I know that. So instead of building the full machine, just get the first few emails to deliver either a lead magnet or a sign-up confirmation, and then run real people through it. This way, you get to feel where it sucks and where people are falling through, so you can start adding more steps where they are actually needed. Automations, fancy flows, multiple entry points, those are the rewards you unlock after you walk the path a few times, not the necessary step that you have to take before you start. 5. Consistency calms people, inconsistency annoys them. I used to be scared of emailing people more because I was thinking that if I email more, people will get upset and just go. But what actually annoys people is not volume, it's when your behavior don't match what they expect from you. When someone signs up to your list knowing it's daily emails or this person emails 5 times per week and you actually do this and follow through, it feels normal because they literally asked for it. When it feels bad is when you email once every few weeks, never tell them what to expect, and then show up with a hard promotion. From their side, it feels like, who is this person and why they're selling to me? So the real issue isn't too many emails, is unclear expectations and inconsistency. 6. Actions speak louder than words. For us, sending email could feel like a chore, another task we should tick off the to-do list. But from your reader's side, something very different happening. Every time you send an email, it's a deposit into your trust account. Not because the content is perfect, because you're doing what you say you do. If you tell people you're going to email them 4 times a week and then you actually follow through and email them 4 times a week for a long while, guess what happens? That sends a really clear signal to your readers. This person follows through, they keep their word. And that spills into everything else they think about you. If this creator is serious about emailing me consistently as he promised, probably they're serious enough with their paid stuff and they would deliver. So don't underestimate it. You don't just sending another email, you're constantly proving them over and over again that you're reliable. 7. The longer you're quiet, the harder it gets. Life happens, and sometimes I found myself in a situation where I stopped emailing my list and literally ignored them. It's painful on a personal level because that's exactly what I preach, but it's not less painful or easier in any other niche. When you ghost your list, it doesn't just go quiet. Every day you don't email, coming back feels a bit heavier. It starts as I'll just email tomorrow, and then it's been a week and it's a bit more awkward, and then it's been a month, and if I get back to it, people will just judge me. Nothing bad really happens in the inbox. All the drama is in your head. And you probably saw it yourself already. The longer you stayed quiet, the more your brain turned it into a big story. They'll be mad, they'll unsubscribe, I'm not consistent, I'm a fraud. The longer you wait, the bigger and uglier your brain makes it. Silence doesn't just pause things, it creates shame loops that make restarting 10 times harder than it needs to be. So go and send that email already. 8. People unsubscribe not because they hate you, they just moved on. Like everything in life, your email list has an expiration date. For some subscribers, it's earlier, for others, it's later. People usually subscribe for one reason, and when your list is not serving that reason anymore, they just unsubscribe. It could be because the problem is not hurting that bad anymore. Maybe they found another solution. Maybe the priorities just changed, or they simply moved on. When I just started out, I used to really take every unsubscriber to heart. Till one day, one of my first members, one of my clients, unsubscribed. But she did not just unsubscribe, she sent me an email. She explained that she loved the emails, she appreciated everything that I do, but it just felt like they're distracting her too much. She was in a period of her life where she needed maintain focus, and she felt like it was just a distraction at that time. So she just unsubscribed, and she did it in the best and loveliest way possible. And what I realized is that she was not rejecting me, she was protecting her focus. So don't blame yourself for people leaving. As long as new people are joining in, unsubscribers are just your list refreshing itself. 9. Delete to be seen. I was terrified on removing people from my list and hogged on every email like it was gold. But if someone has not opened or clicked your emails in months, they're not really your audience anymore. They're just dead weight in your system. Because what's really happening when you keep them is Gmail sees a big list with low engagement, your sender reputation is dropping, then more of your good subscribers start seeing you less because more of your emails are going into the promotion tab or worse, spam. By trying to keep everyone, you make yourself invisible for the people that actually should see you more. When you clean your list and let the quiet one go, a few things happen. Your open rates goes up, your deliverability improves, and the people who genuinely want to see your emails see them more often. So unsubscribing inactive people, it's not actually a loss. It's you taking out one more people out of the way so more people that should see your emails will see them. Because I prefer to have a list of 100 active people rather than 1,000 inactive. 10. When your emails are too good, you have a problem. Right now, the bar of sending emails is so low, literally anyone can open up a tool, click a button, and just send out perfectly sounding emails. Perfect subject line, perfect copy, perfect persuasive CTA. And that's why so many emails feel fake, like they couldn't have come from a real person. Because what actually made people trust me wasn't when I sounded perfect, it actually was the opposite. It was when I stopped running everything through writing tools, when I stopped obsessing over typos, and when I stopped trying to look Polish all the time. It was when I let people see me struggle in public. And as soon as I did that, interest went up and my stuff performed better. Because I'm a real person, I'm not hiding behind a perfect front. And in a world where everything is trying to be perfect, that's what's standing out. Nothing can fake authenticity yet. Perfect AI copy feels off, whereas imperfect human copy feels safe. So don't kill every rough edge to look professional. The honest moments where you mess up are the strongest proof that you're not a machine just pretending to care. 11. Value psychological movement, not information. I used to think value meant stuffing as many tips and tactics and tricks into one email as possible and literally made my emails look like manuals. They were valuable and useful, but just ended up in the kept for later drawer collecting dust. Because we're drowning in information and lacking the clarity to act. We aren't stuck because we don't know enough. We're stuck because we just don't feel ready to act. So an actual valuable email is an email that moves them one step in their head. From confused to clear, from this is scary to this is doable, from this is something that's not really for me to this may be actually for me. So the next time you're about to send a value bomb, stop and ask yourself, am I trying to prove how much I know, or am I trying to move someone one step closer? So when I started focusing on clarity, permissions, and reframes, sales and clicks went up with less raw value. 12. A simple story will outsell clever copy tricks. When you tell a story, your reader doesn't sit there and analyze the copy that you're sending. Their brain quietly drops them into the scene. They're not thinking, oh, this is a great open loop, oh, that's a great pattern interrupter. They're just there with you, measuring your shoes and walking through it with you. And honestly, this is way more simpler and more powerful rather than sitting down and engineering every sentence to be at least good copywriting wise. Short, simple, and honest stories move people more than just stacking tricks. Because persuasion tactics talk at people while stories make them feel and go through the problem and through the solution themselves. So let them roleplay through it in their head. If the story is relatable and relevant, the selling is happening almost by itself. And the click feels like their idea, not your persuasion tactic. 13. Small lists win with intimacy, not averages. Those phrases like 3 out of 100 people always buy used to mess with me pretty bad. I'd send a sales email to 100 email, 0 bought. I'd run an event to 100 signs up, 0 bought. And yeah, it still throws me off and sucks at the moment. But when it happens, I always remind myself this. Those numbers are true and reliable at scale. They're coming from big lists, big brands, not just a school group with 178 members on it. Because on a small list, the goal is to build connection and trust, not chase percentages. If you're a smaller creator like me, your emails shouldn't be judged by how many sales you made. They should be judged by, am I showing up? Am I making my offer clearer? Am I making it easier for my subscribers buy when the time is right? It's like plugging your phone into a charger. You don't plug it in, wait 10 seconds, unplug, and then complain why it's still at 1%. You leave it there and let the charge build. 14. Repetition is required, not lazy. And I've tested it the hard way. I literally took the same email, word for word, and resent it after 2 months. And what happened was, most of the people didn't notice, and those who did just pointed out how fucking good the email was. And that's where it clicked. When you're bored of saying something, your audience is just probably starting to hear that. You live with your ideas every single day, and they just get to see them 30 seconds per day between Zoom meetings, kids, and notifications. So saying the same core thing in different stories, in different angles, isn't lazy. It's just how humans learn. 15. Separate thinking from typing. I used to not follow through and skip sending emails on days that I should have, simply because when I finally got to writing the email, I sat down and realized that I don't really have anything to say. But it wasn't really because I had nothing to say. It was when I sat down writing the email, I put myself under 3 different kinds of pressure. Figure out what to say. What's the story? What's the topic? What's the angle? Decide why am I saying it? What's the point? Where am I sending them? And actually say it. Write the email in a way that doesn't suck. It's like asking your brain to be the architect, the engineer, and the construction crew at the same time. And when those three collide, a few things happen. You tell yourself, I'll do it later because it feels too heavy to do it right now. And when you finally start, you start judging and overthinking every line you write and not getting into any kind of flow. And when you separate those roles in your head, now I decide what is it for, and now I say it, the anxiety drops. And a little bonus for staying till the end. 16. You don't need daily emails. You need at least 3 with a clear job. 1 to build trust, 1 to build community, and 1 to sell. When you send those 3 every week, you get to maintain good connection with your members, build trust with them, build and grow your community, create culture inside it, and actually help your members buy whenever the time is right for them. In the next video, I'm breaking down each of the 3 email types, giving you the exact format to follow, and showing examples from real emails so you can just copy the structure and use them this week. So click somewhere on the screen and go watch it next. See you there.